Hello everybody, Forest Month is here. I'm here after a long time and today I'm here with some new knife, new type of knife in my collection. It's not new in my collection. I got it about 2 years maybe, I'm not sure. I EDC that knife for a couple of reasons which I showed you, but it's something different than you know from me, and that is this one, Bastinelli creation, Picolomako, made in Italy. Company it's Fox company. It's the steel is N690. You might see it. So before I jump to the knife, I'll tell you a few things about the sheath, Kydex sheath, which came with that. So this is it. Actually, the attachment, the belt attachment is not this one. I've changed that. This is from Tops, and this is, I don't know, from Mark. There was just one in the size of similar to this one. There was two like levers on a spring, so you push them up and open, something like simple tech lock, something like that, but only on one side. I replaced that, and to be honest, I got it for the very first time on this knife, and from the time I've never had it on any of my knives. So why I replaced that? Because it was on one side, and when I have it on my belt, it always a bit collapsed on side because the knife is on. The knife sits on one side, and as you see, this stops clip. So it was something like that. So it was always like all this one collapsed to the side, or just like that. I'm not sure now. So I got these two, which are better for it, for the carry if I got black one. But anyway, I've made another one for myself with this mini tech lock. This is the original mini tech lock, which is for me better. So I got two colors, which compared to my trousers and what I carry. So, but anyway, thin Kydex plates. I believe this is the 1.5 millimeters. Well done, nothing special on it, and the knife fits there well. I used the knife, the sheet for a couple of times, so a couple of months definitely. So see the movement a bit, but it's because this one, see that is not really good light today, as I can see. So, but it is there, it's secure. So as you might see, it sits there mostly by this, let's say, this bottle opener. I'll go to that a bit later. Otherwise, nothing special on it, only I tell you the weight of that Kydex, which is 1.7 ounces or 48 grams, just the sheath. Without that, but I've tried to compare the weight about this one, so it's not exactly weight, but we are talking plus minus 10 grams, which is nothing. So good sheath for something. Okay, I'm all right. I want something else, something different, in different colors. So as I said, it was a bit tricky to do it thanks to these contouring, but that's all right. Okay, enough of the sheath. So as I said, Picolomako. Piccolo, I believe it means small. I'm not sure, but in Italian language. The shape of blade is kind of scimitar, or it's definitely trailing point. It goes up. What's important, there is another knife. I believe the only Mako, which is much longer, without this ramp or bottle opener. It's more like straight, so, and it's longer. It's more like, I would say, sting. Okay, carry on. The price. All those knives made by Fox. Okay, from the Bastinelli company. They are, I believe, only designers. But as I said, manufacturing is in Fox, and they do it well, pretty well. I guess what I know from their collection. But it's more than it is pricey. This knife is really pricey. It cost me about $290 US. This little guy. So this is not definitely cheap, and that longer version is much more expensive. I believe almost $100, maybe $90. So these knives are expensive. They got interesting models. That's I guess that the company runs in that way because they do designs mostly for some combat, self-defense, these kind of knives. I don't think they got any kind of like a kitchen knife or bushcraft knife or maybe even standard combat knife like K-bar or something like this one. They got kind of weird designs, but I don't say they are wrong or something like that. No, but they got kind of that taste, and I'm not in that taste. That's why this is different in my collection, because I wanted to buy and try something like this karambit style only because of the ring. But I don't care about these, the hooks, the standard karambit blades or edges, because I don't need it. I don't want to be, for these combated things. I don't use that. But anyway, that, let's say, self-defense, I call this one more dedicated self-defense tool than like combat. So this is not like aggressive or attacking knife. For me, this one is a really defense tool. Maybe the Mako, the long one, I'm not sure, but this is small and good to have it, and definitely to make a deadly lethal wound with this takes more effort, or more than with a dagger, or even if there will be the karambit style, which when you cut, so it goes much more deep than this one. But for the self-defense, this one seems to be all right. But I'll jump to that a bit later. I want to carry on with this one. So $290, pretty pricey. N690 stainless steel, standard stainless steel, definitely nothing super, but again, compared to the price, a bit pricey. Overall length 19 centimeters, real from the tip to the end of the very end of the ring, or 7.5 inches, and it's by the description and by my measuring, it's all right. It is what it is. A blade, well, this is something always different, what I don't like. So they said 3.25 of an inches blade, but they measured the blade from about this point to the very tip. And to be honest, guys, if you see the scales, so let's say, okay, we want to use the hole. The edge is here, not here, so you can't cut here. There's no edge, simply. There's not an edge. When eventually you pierce through something, so you won't consider it as a blade, it's something that makes damage in the target, it stops here where the scale is. It's not big, like a huge issue or something, but I mentioned that a couple of times. Why they call blade something what is definitely not a blade, because they could technically call blade this one. If I count that, okay, if I pierce through and it penetrates over this point, so the G10 handles will go into the target, then there's not really much to think, why not push all these up to the ring like this one? Shall I consider this one as a blade too? For me, there is no reason. So sometimes, if you sell a knife and you say, okay, the knife got 10 centimeters blade and it has 9 centimeters, well, it's not a huge difference, but for your cutting, slicing, for maybe you thinking your purposes of the knife you want it for, say, okay, if I knew that knife got not 10 but 9 centimeters blade, I go for another blade, another knife. So I believe this is misconception, and sometimes I would say it's cheating. So let's make it blade or not. What is on the blade? We got just on the knife, we got, let's say, 3 parts. We got the blade, we got the handle. We could have a ricasso here, and if we call it as a ricasso, then okay, but anyway, what I'm gonna say, if I stop something like it will stop here, definitely not here, so it's even out of the topic. So I don't know, to be honest. For me, as I said, it's cheating. I like to have the edge, if that will be the edge. So for standard using for that slicing, This is for me, all right. For the handling, I don't say it's wrong in that description. Only don't put this one, this few millimeters here as a blade, because it's not blade. Enough. Okay. Carry on. So 3.25 they said, or 8.25, so 8 centimeters and 1/4 of centimeters, so 8.25. But the real edge, cutting edge, is 3 inches, 0.07, so 3 inches, cutting edge. So from this to the very tip, and it is 7.8 centimeters, so less than 8 centimeters blade, real edge. The thickness here is 3 millimeters, guys. This is the thinnest blade in my collection, and I'm counting now everything, exclude the Victorinoxes and Leatherman's blades on multi-tools. So my standard folders or another blades, I've got something to compare with this. This is the thinnest blade, absolutely. So we go to that a little bit later. Or it's 3 meters or 0.12 of an inch thickness, and it's important to say, so the full thickness, as you can see, is here, so on this portion, and it ends somewhere here. So when you see, when this one starts, the like kind of switch starts, then the full thickness ends, and it goes down, tapers down to here, to the 0.6 of millimeters, which is that was really 0.6, which is 0.03 of an inch, so very, very thin. This is very accurate, very thin tip. I wouldn't do any like stab tests. This now you might see it. I won't do any stab test and do these side movements, even a little, because I don't think this one will survive. But it's for the purpose. I'm alright with that. As I said, here near the tip is 0.6 of millimeter. No, it's 0.07. 0.7. It's black stone washed. They got many of them. I believe some of them is polished, but most of them are in black. They're knives. I don't know the hardness. I didn't find the hardness. Weight, which is important, is 83 grams for the knife, plus 48 with the sheath. So 83, 48. So we got 120, 131. How am I counting properly? 48, 91, 131 grams overall package. Plus minus, I don't know, as I said, about this one. So this is very, very light. I got for compare this one, the Victorinox Pharma X with the Caesars, and this one weighs 115 grams. This one 131 grams overall. So these are very close in weight. This is a fixed blade, but very, very thin fixed blade, as we know now. So that's what I've got here, and the handle scales are G10. They do some knives, I believe, with micarta now. There are some models, and I believe they make this one as a folder too. So interesting is about the handle. So handling. The handle, I got 7 centimeters. I would say on 2.75, and I counted it from this point, so from here to somewhere the ring goes back. So about that distance, that's what I count as a standard handle. So 7 centimeters or 2.75, which for my, let's say, large or M to L size, that will be better to say. For this grip, you see, I'm almost here, and it's just for this one. But this knife is not made really for this handling. But again, we go to that a little bit later. So not for really big hands, definitely. Yeah, I can go over the ring, by the way. Of course, this one change situation, and of course I can stick the index there, and that will be again different. But yeah, this one is all right. This one is all right. I never tried that. This one don't have to use for it. But I counted. Oh, sorry. That my wrong. 7 centimeters from the scales from here to here, but 8 centimeters, 8.5 centimeters, 8.5 centimeters. I didn't add your 3.34 inches. Yeah, that's a thing. So 8.5 to 3.34 of an inch is that length used for handling like this one. So it's sorry, that was wrong. The ring diameter of the ring, that's maybe that was one from the reason why I bought this knife, because I never handled that knife. I got it here again, just okay for comparing. I got it here. Blackjack 155. This is only knife in my collection with ring, but I guess this one wasn't here for these things. I'm not sure, but I guess it was more for like counterweight. It reduces the weight of the knife really nicely. You see that this is really big hole. Anyway, I can use it, but see the difference. This is so I can so somebody with bigger hands will probably can't do this one, but on this one probably absolutely right. I can do it even with the gloves, so that's all right. So this is one from the closest size fixed blade I got here. So let's put it in this way. Blackjack, see that blackjack is, there are not that big difference in that on the blade length. There is, I don't know how many, it's maybe 1 centimeter, a bit less probably, but more on the handle side. Okay, about the thickness, see that blackjack. Even my long time very nice slice, I use this knife for leather working, because it's nicely convex, 154 cm, and thin blade, so it's great. So, and that's why I use that. This one beat it up in thinness, which there's not really many knives I can use in that way in my collection. So the ring diameter is almost 1 inch, 2.45 centimeters, so almost 2.5, or 0.95 of an inch, the inner size of the ring. Handle thickness is 1 centimeter. As you see, there is no really contouring on the handle, so 1 centimeter. It's only, it goes, you know, maybe we're gonna see this way. There is contouring this way, but not anything like this one. So it's really thin profile, better to carry, not good for handling or long time handling, or depend, you know, that's we are talking about the purpose of the knife. Handle width in choil, so here is 0.75 of an inch, or 1.95 centimeters here in this point. And we got the kydex and that one. So I guess I said everything. So everybody see that I say this bottle opener. I guess it's bottle opener. I never tried that because I don't drink beers. One thing, and second thing, I guess it works. As I see the handle, the angle of this one, yes. The second thing for that, and as I said, it is not on the longer version. This is really nice for this one. Firstly, it could be kind of a guard when something goes, you know, in this way. I know it should be more accidentally than planned movement, but it's better if something goes in this way and stops here, then it goes right on your thumb, especially if we are talking about self-defense use, let's say this knife against folders. So very comparable sizes. By the way, just by accident, I got here this one, hold out 6, and this one. So what do you say, guys? Well, so definitely you want to stick in that. It's not exactly for that. For self-defense, definitely self-defense tool, definitely for kind of attacking tools, there are much better choices. Okay, I will do comparing now. T1 tracker, sorry, T4 tracker, the mini tracker. See that? In thickness. B35 Lion steel, so that's huge. Even small knife, it's huge compared to the one. See, I mean, in this size. See that? Much better for handling. This one is definitely, even the general size, the overall size is almost the same. Yeah, the B35 is slightly longer, but just 5 millimeters, I would say, on the blade. But this is compared to that, this is like a huge knife, and when you got it in hand, this is much comfortable and everything feel much stronger, much tougher than this one. What I got here, okay, I took this one, just the, where is it? Oh my god, I got different light today, I don't know why. It changes. So Farm X, see the blade size, the thinness. I see these farmers got a bit thicker blade than Victorinox normally provides on this one. As I said, 115 grams, 84 grams as a knife only. And last thing to compare is this Recon 1 Tanto version folder, like cold steel. So usual knife today, very strong, very tough. I can buy these two, the Recons two, almost two for price of this one. S35B and G10 handles, and these things, 3-yard lock, see the thickness. Okay, so that was the comparing. So pretty pricey knife. How it came, this is generally very, very close to the original edge. I might use a couple of times some no diamond rods, ceramic rod, that's it. I didn't cut really nothing with that because its purpose is for me mostly for EDC, so some box opening, but I got some other ones. What I don't like, I really hate when I do box opening, when that glue and the tapes stays on the blade. So that's why I saved this knife, but I got it for that. But in general, EDC, self-defense and these things, almost the original edge, it was sharp. When it came, it was sharp. Very, I would say it's really untouched. So this is really sharp. N690 steel, as I said, yes. Before I tell you all my like results, I will do a couple of tests, just few small tests, cut slices, because I think you can't see this knife on YouTube really. You can see many videos about this knife on YouTube. First thing, and second, I believe no one does any tests. So 2 millimeters cordage, tough cordage, easy. And we got 4, so this is stronger than one paracord now. Yeah. Okay, I'll try this 8 millimeters. Nice, 8 millimeters. See that? Thanks to the angle, it goes really straight, so it slices. It's like the scimitar or talwar blades. It's kind of that shape, and it works nicely. I wish this one, for the price, at least for the price, it was made of better steel. This is alright, but for the price, it could be Elmax or something like this one, definitely. Well, something like this. As a consider this one as an EDC, it could be helpful when, you know, car accident, something, I can take myself or someone else out of the seat belt. So I got this one. This is pretty nice and thick. It's a new one what I bought. The blade is short, as you might see, but we're gonna see. Almost. This one is, thanks to the short blade, it should be a bit longer. Not really much, but a bit longer. I mean the edge. It was nice. Last thing what I want to do, and it's about my general thinking. This knife is definitely not made for any woodworking. This is not, or this is far away, much more far away for bushcrafting and these things. Like somebody says, oh, the Tanto is only fighting knife, you shouldn't use it in forest, blah, blah, blah. This is much more that kind of knife, which I probably shouldn't use. It's not made for it. The general purpose is different, just from the, like you go with Porsche, you won't probably carry bags of concrete in it when you want to, let's say you want to do it on your house, so you probably won't load concrete bags into your Porsche and carry this one. You take some Ford or some different marks, better for it, because it's made for it, and this is made for the self-defense purposes. But because of the EDC, I'd like to know how this one works. I never did that with this knife, so it will be a surprise for me. So let's try this one. Softwood, very soft wood. Very soft wood. And it slices pretty well, as you might see. It's not made for it. As I said, there is high bevel, 0.6. In such thickness, it slices well, guys. Thanks to the thinness and the angle. This is softwood, so there is nothing special for eventually, like chest pulls. Not really comfortable. Not comfortable, no. I won't do it because this is not bushcrafting knife. Just I won't try. But two things I have to tell you. First, this one digs here when I grab it in this way, and the second is, this is more annoying. The ring is on the different position. You feel it kind of awkward. It's not really meant to that. But the reason for that is, if this one is EDC, I need to use it for these things. Can it slice? Of course, knife, so it can slice this one, but relatively comfortable for short time. What I want to tell you, my general feeling about this knife is, it's light for handling. That's absolutely. It's made for the purpose of holding in this way. When I did the slicing, cutting, I got it this one. But what's important here, thanks to the muscles which are more here, the knife and thinness, 1 centimeter, it probably won't twist in my palm to that side, but it can easily go this way. Why? Because it's really thin here, so I don't have really secure grip. This one, on this position, of course, it's much more secure. Why? Because it sits here, so see that I got point here and I got point here, so I feel that, so it's there, but it's not all right. It kind of disappears in this portion. You know it from some other knives. So many guys mentioned on different knives. If this one is too thin, like I call it like a neck, and it can twist in hand, so it's not really nice for long time use. For a couple of these, I can do it, let's say 3 times like this one, and I can start a fire. Not with this knife, because all these edges here in the ring are really nicely contoured. This is sharp, this spot is sharp, but I don't care, because there is this part which separates those fingers from the real edge, so this is absolutely fine. The holding in this way is absolutely fine it's really made for the slashes like this one, pierces in this way, many these movements, and it's absolutely fine. For the handling, this one, as I said, okay, I might use it don't know really why. This one is more comfortable for me. For reverse grip, of course, when you, let's say, when you pull it from that, it's absolutely all right. And see that this one, how this one covers here. So for these hooking movements, it's absolutely fine. So it's short blade. That's what I said. That's why I call this one more self-defense tool. One thing, I believe the last thing I want to tell you now is, what about, okay, this one is made for belt carry. So with the clip, it was really made for the belt carry. Okay, we've got holes here. I guess this hole wasn't the original. I made it for some my another attachments. What if I can carry it on like this one? You know, yeah, it's probably possible to carry this way, but the blade is all right for that, like necks. This one is a bit shorter, as I said. As a neck knife, this one could be theoretically better, because the problem is not here on the blade, but this one has a better handle for neck carry. This handle is simply too long. You know, it's too long for that. But it doesn't mean you can't carry that in that way. But the belt carry should be probably better, and I guess it was made for it. That's why there was the attachment, some clip, let's say. And I'm not sure if there was some kind of chain, you know, for the neck carry. I'm not sure, but 90% no. It was boxed, so everything was nice. You know, it looks nice. So it looks premium when you have it. So this white mark here is from the colors, because this is not the original color of the Kydex. I made that. So in general, nice knife. Let's say for somebody who wanna carry mostly like I said, self-defense EDC, but for general purposes, you know, you can go for a party, open a beer, cut a couple of sausages and these things, bread, and eat something, you know, even start a fire. If you got how to start the fire, I mean, if you got a lighter or something like this one, then this is absolutely fine, because there is, as I said, there is no any sharp spot, sharp point. Even this one is rounded. I mean, all these are rounded, so which is great for that. So it's not definitely made for any fire steel. Why? Because it's not made for that, for that purpose. But for handling, as I said, I can recommend this one, not for somebody who got a large or even XL large hand, because that will be not comfortable for him, definitely. Even for somebody with thick fingers and these things, this one could be, you know, so. With gloves, no. This is for me with gloves. It's all right. It's just like that. But if I will have thicker, let's say thicker fingers, I use thicker gloves, then probably it won't work. Probably. Never tried that. I mean, I've never tried that because there was not that cold winter. I had to use, and I had to grab the knife and these things. So I don't know, to be honest. But just what I feel, you know, I can imagine this one is enough. So when I stick this one, it'll be really enough just for my, let's say, what I see in my eye. What is not good on this knife is the price compared to the material. The price is too high for such a small knife. You know, they play game about the design, and for the blade material, it should be cheaper for me, or stay on the price and put there some better steel, because today N690 is like 440C. Just, you know, it won't feel any premium or something like that, but the price is premium. So anyway, Bastinelli creation, Picolomako, up to you, but it's all right for the design and what it can do. It's all right. If you got the money, then you can try it. Thank you very much. Have a great time. Bye.